Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna try to solve problems, coding problems, coding challenges with the help of ChatGPT, because I want to become better, but I don't want to spend that much time to become better, so I will use ChatGPT as my teacher, right? I was trying to solve a problem right here, but I was very tired and I didn't have a good way of solving it. This, however, I did not use ChatGPT to try to solve this. This is very ugly code. So today, what I'll try to do is I will try to use ChatGPT to solve this problem in C, and see what idea it can come out with, right? Because this kind of problems, you should come out with a good idea. So the problem is as following: coin determiner. Have the function coin determiner with a int parameter num. Take the input, which will be an integer ranging from 1 to 250, and return an integer output that will specify the least number of coins that when added equal to the input integer. Coins are based on the system as follows. There are coins representing integers 1, 5, 7, 9, and 11. So, for example, if num is 16, then the output should be 2, because you can achieve the number 16 with the coins 9 and 7, which are 2 coins. If num is 25, then the output should be 3, because you can achieve 25 with either 1, 9, 11, 9, and 5, or with 9, 9, and 7. Okay, so you have to return the lowest number of coins that can be combined to form the number num. So here I tried to do kind of something kind of ugly, right? I mean, I didn't try to make it ugly, but I was just coding as my mind was thinking. So I didn't like stand back and think what should be a good idea on how to solve this. No, I didn't do that. Instead, what I did was just code and put a patch in there and throw a patch here, and in the end I was not able to solve it. I mean, this can solve it from a couple of cases, but it's not the correct algorithm. So let's first take maybe 5 minutes to think on a solution. I will try to think on a solution in this problem, and I will then ask ChatGPT of its solution to this problem. I don't know if he will have a better than mine, I guess, because he has read a lot. But let's see. So that's the experiment. Okay, so the thing is that you have, it's like real world coins. Like you want to buy something, but you want to buy that something with the lowest number, with the smallest number of coins. You want to use the smallest number of coins. So if it's $1, for example, or 100, and you have to get to that, you can use 100, pennies, 20 nickels, 10 dimes, 4 quarters, 2 halves, or $1, whatever. So the thing is how to use the least amount of coins, and how to do that, how to solve that. Well, you will have to use some approach, because you want to search a solution, basically, right? Yes, the good thing, let's say, is it goes from 1 to 250. So num will be at most 250. And the coins are always 11, 9, 7, 5, and 1. Those are the coins. Those are the items of the menu. I called it menu here in this global variable right here. But I don't know why I made it global. But okay. The thing is that you have that constraint. What is the goal? How can we visualize the goal in an easy way, in a simple way? Well, we of course have to do function. The algorithm is a function of the menu and function of num. And what's the function is what we have to search. And one would say how many combinations of the numbers could be, right? That could be a way of doing it. How many combinations can be. But then you can find clever algorithms if you think a bit more, improve your algorithm a bit more, and so on. So let's take an example. For example, let's take let's say that I received the number 20. So which will be 11 and 9. That would be the answer, the optimal answer, because I would need only 2 coins, and the answer is 2 in this case. But how can we make this universal to any number? So what happens if we have, for example, the number 6, and the answer will be again 2, 5, and 1. But how can the algorithm figure that out? Well, maybe it could first generate a list of possible numbers that add up to that, right? Yeah, and maybe it can find that for example two numbers add up to that, so it won't really care about solutions that have 3 numbers, because that's no point, because we have already a solution that uses 2 numbers, for example. So how do we do that? Well, you have to find a way of fitting the coins, kind of, right? My guess or my intuition was to start with the largest one first, because the largest one would need the least amount of coins if the coins are larger. So that's why I order it started from 11, 9, 7, 5, and 1. So yes. And here what I did in X, for example, is I set X to number divided by menu at 0, which is the largest one, which is 11. Okay, and I will do that. I will do while loop while that X is greater than 0, and I will be decreasing it right here, right? However, I can, I guess, rewrite this, right? I can rewrite it and all that. So, I mean, I don't know if the thing is that I don't know how to test from right now, from here, if this is even a good idea. I mean, the answer is I don't know how to test if this approach is good, because I was not able to solve it completely using this approach, because this approach solves it for some cases, but not for all of them. So it's a good but an incomplete approach. It works, but not for all the places it should work. So then here we have to, I guess this is a better syntax. At least we have improved the syntax a bit. So we don't need this x minus minus here. And yes, so what this thing is doing is first taking of how many things fit here. But what if that's not the case? What do I mean? What if the number is less than 11, for example 10? So that means that here it could also be equal and 0. So that means that the number is like lower than that, than the first number, right? I guess. Then remainder is like what's left from num minus x times meaning at 0, okay, which is what remains. And here I created a variable on an array called selection, which basically tells me how many of the first, in this case if it's 0, x will be 0, so 0 of 11, in the case the number is 10. Then we have how many of the second, how many of the third, how many of the fourth, and how many of the fifth. And we divide how much it does. But here we're dividing the remainder, which is not the greatest idea. So that's why probably we should define a better way of doing this before continuing this, because probably we're doing something really ugly right here. Yes, because x is fine. Because x we're saying next because of something. But here, remainder, we're just setting the greatest one. So remainder 9 divided by 9 would be the answer if it's an exact value and everything else has to be 0 then. And the same with this. Everything else has to be 0, everything else has to be 0, and everything else has to be 0. But that's not the case. So yes, and what if the selection thing, x or num was 11. So imagine num is 11 here. So if num is 11 divided by 11 would be 1. Okay, would be 1. Is this greater or equal than 0? Okay, it is greater or equal than 0. So we can continue, right? So we continue, and then here it will run once, but again the next one will be 0, and it says, well, is greater or equal to 0? Yes, and it will run again, but it doesn't have to run again because 11 already has the answer. The answer is 1 coin 11. So this is not a good algorithm. Okay, now I will go to ChatGPT and ask it, how can you solve this in C? How to solve this in C? So here you go. You can use a dynamic programming approach. Here is a possible implementation. Okay. It says coin determiner. Okay, let's see. The code defines a function coin determiner that takes an integer's num and as input and returns the least number of coins needed to achieve that number using coins denominations 1, 5, 7, 9, and 11. It uses dynamic programming to efficiently compute the result. The main function prompts the user to enter an integer and then calls coin determiner to find the answer. Okay, so let's see how this thing works. So coin determiner, you get that, you call that, okay, understand that. So let's go here. Coins, we have the coins, okay, at least the same as I did. Then you have the number of coins, which is 5, okay, and it's 5. Then you create an array to store the minimum number of coins needed for each value from 0, okay, from 0. This is the thing. I did this, but here it says num plus 1. Why? To store the minimum number of coins needed for each value from 0. Or num plus 1. Okay, so num plus 1. I don't get this. I don't know why. Create an array to store a minimum number of coins. Is it from 0 to num? Why ChatGPT doesn't show this in a new line? Okay. To store the minimum number of coins needed. So okay, let's say int max. initialize to a large value. Try each coin value. Coins at j is 0, less than equal than I, which is this one right here. Okay, it says dpi min but this is not what I'm asking for. Or am I wrong? Okay, so I don't know what dp is. So I will ask it, what is the dp variable for? dp variable stands for dynamic programming. It is an array used to store minimum number of coins needed to make up each value from 0 to num. Okay, I get that. I get that's but individually, but how can that select the right one? Like combining them. It is an array used, okay. Here's the breakdown. DPI stores the minimum number of coins needed to make up the value I. DP0 is initialized to 0 because it requires 0 coins to make up the value 0. For each value from 1 to num, DP is computed using dynamic programming. The minimum number of coins needed to make I calculated with possible combinations of coins and selecting the one that minimizes the total number of coins used. Oh. For each value of I to num, that means here dp is computed but why the size of dp is that size? The size of dp is determined by the input integer num. This is because we want to compute the minimum number of coins needed for each value from 0 to num. Therefore, the size of the dp array needs to be num plus 1 to accumulate values from 0 to num. Here's a relevant part of the code. By declaring dp with a size of num plus 1, we ensure that there are enough elements in the array to store the minimum number of coins needed to. This allows to access dp without encountering any out of bounds errors. Okay, so if I understand what this thing is saying, is that this dp is like storing the minimum number of coins of needed from each value to dp. I mean, I would say why you need to calculate the coins needed for each value from 0 to num. I only want I just will ask that. Calculating the minimum numbers of coins needed for each value from 0 to num allows us to build up solutions incrementally, ensuring that we can find the minimum number of coins needed for any value up to the target value num. Here's why we calculate for each value. Base case 0, 0 coins needed for value 0, setting dp 0 to 0. We establish a base case where no coins are needed to make up the value 0. This is necessary for the dynamic programming approach to work correctly. Obviously, I don't know a lot about dynamic programming. 2. Incremental buildup. By computing the minimum number of coins needed for each value from 1 to num, we can use previously computed solutions to find solutions for larger values. This is a fundamental step in dynamic programming where solutions to problems are used to solve larger problems. Finding the solution from num, once we have calculated the minimum number of coins needed for each value up to num, we can simply return the dp num as the final answer, which represents the minimum number of coins needed to make up the target value num. Okay, so dp_num stores the number of coins required for that because we will find the minimum for that. Okay. So minimum between what? So it says minimum between dpi and DPI minus coins at J. Okay, I will tell it to explain these one, I would say. Because maybe I'm a bit slow today, but probably it's not explaining it very well. This section of the code is a crucial part of the dynamic programming approach used to solve the coin determiner problem. Let's break it down. Try each coin value. Here's what each part does. For int j, 0, j less than n, j plus j, this loop iterates over each coin value in the coins array. N represents the number of different coin denominations available, which is 5 in this case. If coins j is less or equal than 1, this condition ensures that we only consider coin denominations that are less than or equal to the current value I. We don't want to consider coins that are larger than the current value because they cannot be used to make up that value. Okay, I get that. This is a sub part of n, and n was... what was n? Okay, so it's to prevent it, to access the menu correctly. Okay. DP am I correct? Maybe I'm a bit lost. DPI min DPI minus coins at j plus 1. This line updates the DP array for the current value of I. It calculates the minimum number of coins needed to make up the value I using the current coin denomination coins at j. DPI stores the current best solutions for value I. DPI coins at j plus 1 calculates the solution if we were to use the current coin denomination coins j. DPI at I minus coins at j represents the minimum number of coins needed to make up the remaining value after subtracting coins at j from I and adding 1 represents the current coin being used. Mean ensures that we select the minimum between the current best solution, DPI, and the solution we're using in the current coin denomination. This helps us find the optimal solution for the current value I. To be clear with you, I feel a bit lost still. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't see it. I will try the solution. I will just try it. Okay, I don't have to copy the whole thing. I don't have to copy the main thing. I guess I can just do it by copying these things. Coin determiner uses uppercase. So both uppercase. Okay. Shall we run it? Oh, we can. You have to do this. Okay, run code. Oh, I'm not returning. I didn't copy it correctly. Apparently, I didn't. Or no, it's from ChatGPT. Yeah, I didn't copy it correctly, of course. Run code. It's not working still. What is going on? Am I doing something wrong? This platform is not very smart, let me tell you. It's not even running the code. I mean, I mean, Control S to save it. No, that's just that's not how it works. I mean, am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something wrong? I don't think so. It should run at least. It's not working. This thing sucks. So, Color Byte, please, come on. And this is the paid version. Of course, I regret paying for this. It doesn't work at all. Submit. Okay, I'll submit it. Because it doesn't allow me to do anything else. And it's not working. Like, what the hell? Lately, I don't know what software is. I'm experiencing lots of bugs in software. Today I experienced lots of bugs in software in general. I downloaded an app for my phone, which is a timer, and the thing made you select your notification alert, like whatever sound or whatever the thing is, and then um, it will lose the state of the app. Maybe it's the process being cleared or something. But what I mean is that code is really buggy. It's hard to write code for humans. Like we humans are bad at writing code. Yes, and sometimes when you write apps, you hope that the guys who made the operating system did a good job, and sometimes they don't. So yeah, so I don't know what to do. What can I do? This did not work. I would say redo challenge. Begin challenge. Did something wrong? I don't think so. Here you have the code. I click run code. Doesn't tell me I don't want it. I cannot do it. So I'm very disappointed with this. But even if I'm doing some syntax error, which I don't know, I don't think I'm doing, even if I'm doing it, it should tell me at least, hey, you're doing it this or that, right? But it's not. It's not telling me anything about that. So, this is a bit strange. I guess I cannot continue with this. I just cannot continue with this. I said reset. And here we go. Run code. It says 8. Well, I guess now it works. Okay, let's copy it again. Coin determiner with all these things. Or does it stop working when I paste the code? Because I heard that when this is used professionally, it detects when you do copy and paste. But okay, so coin determiner, run code, and I don't see it working, which is very, very strange. Yeah. It doesn't say if it worked or not. Oh, but I'm not. Oh, okay. I'm the wrong one. Am I? I guess I have to print it, right? Yes. I have to print it. And also, this should be void, right? I don't remember if this was void. Okay, so this may be the error. So in here, we, instead of doing this, we have to print the thing. And to print, we do printf, I guess. This is a number, which is D. And I guess a new line as well, should we do? I guess. Comma here. An extra parenthesis here. And I guess now it's correctly written. Or not. Not working. Oh, now it's working. Oh, now it's working. It says correct, and all that. Okay, at least we have recovered the thing. But yeah, I would guess that it should still. I still think it should have something that tells you, hey, you're doing this wrong or something. It doesn't. Okay, so what is this doing again? For each value. So in other words, what this thing does, it calculates. Now I understand it. It calculates the number of coins required for a small value, like for a chunk of num, and then combines the chunks. Well, it does all this here, I guess, and it does that, and then it finds the lowest for the larger thing, which has to be a composition of the lowest for the smallest thing. Right. Okay. So I will submit it and see if it works or not. So my ugly code, the code that I wrote without any help, was able to have 3 of these correct, right? I hope this has all of them, because ChatGPT did it, right? Congrats, you've earned a new badge, medium challenge, under 7 minutes badge. You're picking up speed, watch out world. These engineers solved the medium challenge in under 7 minutes. Keep it up. Thanks. I was not the one that solved it, actually, it was ChatGPT, but okay. Did it solve all of them though? Did it pass? And it was a good code because it was, like, let's say, not that hard. I hope I get better in this. Oh, I get time period points and test case points as well. Oh, thanks. Yeah. So, but I don't know. It says the users scored higher than 48% of users who solved the challenge. And what about the other ones? How did they score higher than me? Right? I don't know. But I would like to see how, what's the thing? Um all the test case all the test case outputs were correct. Okay. So ChatGPT officially is better than me in solving these problems. It's better. It's just better than me. Of course, I'm not the best, but I'm not. I don't do this very often. But this really like tells us how good these large language models can be in terms of searching solutions and getting you solutions. Because it just searches its database, its data, to your knowledge base, and spits out the result, and that's it. Like, as easy as that, right? Yeah. So interesting technology, for sure. and I could like do something really ugly and I was not able to do it. Like ChatGPT beat me by a mile. Okay? Something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. And again, of course, I'm not the best in this one, but still, you know, still, the sheer speed and correctness of the code is like a glorified search. I don't know. So I guess this is for this video. Thank you for watching how AI beats me in coding. And I see you on the next one. Bye.